So the question of, salvation and how the Lutheran Church relates to the other denominations is that it all comes down to what Jesus says. No one comes to the Father except through me. Everyone who believes in the triune God and believes that Jesus is the one whom God sent into the world to save them from their sins, that's the most basic kernel of faith. And we know that we are not saved on the basis of how well we can enunciate the doctrines of the Christian faith. And so God has not given the church on earth like a line up to which you can come and be saved, but if you go over it, then, you're lost. And so I guess I would say the Lutheran Church, we completely affirm that, I'll say it in a different way. We would hope that as many people as possible all over the world are saved. But we also believe that the only way to be saved is through faith in Jesus as your Savior from sin. And so when it comes to members of other Christian churches, we're given a whole lot more basis for that hope, because those churches have the marks of the church. They have the Word and the sacraments, and God has promised that those things are never going to return to Him void, that those means of grace are always going to create Christians. It becomes a lot more troubling in those churches, or in those organizations even, which openly disavow the central teachings of the Scriptures. Because someone cannot profess to reject the Trinity, and someone cannot profess to reject Jesus as their Savior and still be saved. I could even give a more specific answer that our church does not rebaptize people who are baptized in other Trinitarian churches. But we would baptize someone who would join our church from Mormonism or from Jehovah's Witness, because those churches do not have a real baptism, even though they use water and they use the right words, but they openly disavow the faith and the meaning behind those words.